Balls out. Huh. Yo, welcome to the podcast. It's the three balls in. PJ's dropping topics, let the combo begin. Dave O's on the stats, breaking down the play. Logan's never plays, but still analyzing the way. We're talking Jumbo legend. First stop the share leader, and we're not a cult. The wizard with the magic, ready to boot. Prime's the captain, without his prey. Cootie's in the kitchen, cooking up the meat. Bringing flavor to the game, never tasting defeat. Yeah, Ron's is trash, but we love to remind him. Sin's the future, but he's still a scoop. Praise the MVP, always bringing that heat. Big E's the hugs, lifting spirits on repeat. So tune in, don't miss it. We're more than a game. In the world of Jubal, we're building our name. From the topics to the stats, we got it on lock. Three balls in, we're ready to rock.
This is TBI, Three Balls In, alongside Dave and Logan. Thanks for hosting, by the way. This is PJ as your host. We are here, we are ready, and we are set to go and talk about all things related to the end of the season. What a season it was. 20 weeks in the books, but here we are sitting together talking about a wonderful season it was. But before we get to the end of the year, there is tradition happening this week, and that is Vets versus Rooks. Are you boys excited for the championship tournament game of Vets versus Rooks? We have the S'mores versus the old seniors. Excited?
I mean, I'd be more excited if I was playing, but
Ooh.
yeah, that is
That's what happens when
that's on us for not winning.
That's what happens when you lose, right?
Yeah, it is.
Also hurts when you leave the game and your team having a chance to win and you leave, right?
The game was tied.
That's what I'm saying. You left.
Yeah, I thought.
No,
Look,
no, he wasn't tied when you left.
yeah, it was.
We were up 4-1.
That's absolutely not true.
At one point, we were up 4-1.
Yeah, but I left way after that.
But you never actually tied. You were close to tying. It was 4-3.
Oh yeah, 4-3 driving.
But still, I got what you meant. We didn't need to.
You were
correct.
there. You were almost there.
All right.
Just
Getting there. Davo, excitement for this game this week?
Well, Logan, I can tell you that it feels great to be playing Sunday. Honestly, it's probably the thing I'm looking forward to most of the Jubal postseason. I know we still have leagues, down with leagues, league playoffs coming up soon, but Vets Rooks champs, we're talking about tradition. We're talking about possibly Jordan's final game. He might come back here and there, but this is
for his final official season-ending game. This will be it. This will be the culmination.
Well, doesn't count, no stats, right?
Yeah, but still, I mean, we're talking about
no stats, just pride.
We're talking about this is the final Jubal game, the All-Star, Pro Bowl, whatever you want to call it. This type of game. I'm with you. This is excitement. Can we share some special news about who might be playing for the seniors?
Listen, Munch is going to be here. Don't worry.
There might be some imports from out of the country coming in, but who knows? We'll see what happens. All right.
Singer's coming back?
Oh, that'd be great. That'd
North
be great.
Woodmere's not out of the country.
No, but it's just,
It's far.
Nobody likes going there. Sorry, Davo.
It's like down the block.
Hungry Harbor. All right. Anyways, let's get into Vets versus Rooks. We have a matchup featuring the S'mores quarterback. I don't even know who it is this week, guys. Dax is out. Breaking news. Avery's out. Breaking news. Open's out. Breaking news. Who's going to play for the S'mores? Avenger? Is he their quarterback?
I don't know. Might be Gronk.
Could be Gronk. Could be.
They could have Rabin. No, I'm joking. We love Rabin.
Rabin is our boy. No, they cannot have Rabin.
No, Rabin.
First of all, we need that Doma credit card. No, we're not giving up Rabin.
Well, yeah. Well, look, quarterback kind of up in the air. It's kind of hard to do the three levels, but we'll go through it anyway. Quarterback for them right now is up in the air. Maybe it's Zinn. I don't really know. I mean, obviously he can play. But
is he the best choice for them? I guess that's something we can get into.
You mean like Zinn versus Ernie as quarterback?
Oh, I would love to see Ernie quarterback.
Ernie,
that would be.
I forgot about that, Ernie.
That'd be great. Oh my gosh, that'd be awesome. Ernie quarterbacks.
Yeah, like how MK quarterbacks.
Right. No, but I think Ernie's got a good spiral.
Anyway, but let's put QB aside. We'll move to the line because I think there's just too many questions about QB on both sides. So the line, just to remind everyone, the seniors: Tom, Big O, Kuti, PJs, and Davo. The line for the S'mores, at least last I heard, DK, Bert, Whiskey, Big E, and Spiro.
Yeah.
So you got two big vowels going against each other. Right here, I got to give DK is a relative all-star, if you will, top 3, arguably in linemen in the league right now. No offense to Mighty. So I'm going to give the leg up to the S'mores in this battle.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Wide receivers, for the seniors, you've got Mighty, Jordan, Steve-O, and MK. And then for the S'mores, Zin, Rook, Ernie, possibly Stats. That's all I know right now. Like Dax, the wide receivers out. Like you said, Ivry's out. A bunch of those guys can't make it. So,
Seems like the S'mores don't really value the Vets Rooks game if they can't arrange their schedule around something that's been out there for, I don't know, the whole year.
yeah, weak on their part for sure for not showing up or not fielding a team. Again, they do technically have enough players, so they'll
Oh
field
yeah,
a team,
no, but I mean like just in terms of
not the right players, if you would.
yeah.
Yeah, I still actually like the S'mores. Zin, Rook, Ernie, Stats, like that's like a pretty great foursome, assuming Zin's playing receiver. I still got to give the leg up there to the S'mores.
Wait, 1 second.
What do you mean?
You're saying you could plug anybody in a quarterback, and you're confident they'll beat the seniors.
That's not what I said.
It's exactly what you said.
I actually picked the seniors.
You just said you picked the S'mores.
No, for the wide receiver.
Oh, I thought you meant as a game. Oh, you got me confused there.
Oh, no. So in the wide receiver room, cornerback room,
Fine.
Zin, Rook, Ernie, Stats, Mighty, Jordan, Steve-O, MK.
But again, you're not you're factoring out the quarterback. Like you're still taking them over our receivers, but they don't even know who's throwing to them. Now, defensive side, I might be agreeing with you.
Yeah, but
I'm talking about offensively. I don't know how you can just give them the advantage. You don't even know who's throwing the ball to them.
yeah, but that's the whole idea of isolating the different components.
I hear you.
I'm evaluating the wide receivers.
I hear you.
Like I'm not looking at who's throwing to Justin Jefferson. I just know that he's Justin Jefferson.
Okay, fine. Well, Zin is our Justin Jefferson, so I'm fair with that comp.
Anyway,
yeah.
Although I do think it's a lot closer here. You know, Mighty Zin's pretty close. Rook, Jordan, Steve-O, Ernie, MK Stats, like
Sure.
those are all pretty close. But again, I'll give us a slight leg up to the S'mores. And as I just said, I actually have the seniors winning this one. I don't know who's playing quarterback for them. Rabin, maybe someone flying in, maybe Gronk. I don't know who, but I don't know. I see a little bit grittiness. I see the S'mores kind of giving up. Like season's over. They're out of their own heads. I got the seniors winning 3-2.
Davo.
Well, I'm not going to break it down like you, Logan, because you're looking at it on paper, and I'm going to talk about physical, what actually happens on the field. If I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure that you gave the line battle.
Sorry,
you gave the line in comparisons in the Vets Rooks.
Yeah, but like we thought Rabin was playing quarterback and not Gronk. Like
yeah,
that's not fair.
No, but we're breaking down the components separately.
that's good. You're good.
Okay,
right? You're good. I got you.
So Solo and Legs, no offense to DK, is a much better line than anyone that DK is with on his team, besides Open, who's not going to be in right now. So whether it's DK and Burt, DK and Spira, DK and Whiskey, DK and Big E, DK and whomever, right? That's not as good of a line as Solo and Legs.
Agreed.
Fine.
But what happened to Solo and Legs? Or
So like that's
or Legs and Beast.
So like that's the piece I disagree with. So I agree with you on paper that no line that the S'mores are going to put together is on paper better than Solo and Legs. But
yeah, I'm with Logan. I'm with you here.
I think you just got like Anyway, I hear you.
But if you watch the game, you saw that Big O shut down Legs.
No, Gronk. Anyway, I disagree. Okay, that's fine.
Gronk outran Legs so many times. They missed. Okay, sure. Yeah, no, listen. I'm not saying that Solo and Legs were not a better line.
Listen, I love
100% they were, but our players played their hearts out and they played to win, and they played better in the end. Or they played great enough that we got the victory. So in this case, guess what? I'm giving the seniors the line advantage. I think between Kuti and Oren and PJs and Tom and whomever else is going to be on the line playing there, I think they'll win on not only offensive side of the ball, but the defensive side of the ball as well. I think Kuti is going to get there. I think we're going to contain. I think we're going to play power defense. and I think that we have a better line.
Okay. Fine. Who
Okay.
wins? Who wins this game, Davo?
Wait, no, keep going. Oh, sorry.
you,
You don't want to go.
I think
Oh,
he wants
I
to
just want
focus
to say that
online.
piece.
No, he wants to focus online. That's good.
yeah.
I like his interpretation there.
I had my score in my head. I said the seniors are going to win 3-2, but you said it's not. Now I got to pivot a little bit. We'll go 4-2 seniors.
Okay. I like it.
Paige, you gonna give us a prediction?
Yeah. I'm gonna give a prediction. 4-1 seniors.
Blowout.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not gonna be close. It's gonna kind of be like that s'mores game. I'm sorry, it's gonna be kind of like the juniors game where we're just gonna dominate. And by the way,
Is Mighty going to leave in the middle for a little bit?
Tom Brady could quarter for the s'mores, and I still believe the seniors are not gonna give up an inch or a yard in this game.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Yeah. That's called going out on a limb, my friend.
Kagan, I'll have what he's drinking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Listen, I don't know what drugs you're on.
It's not the ones that I'm buying from you.
Must be the special K.
All right, look. No, look. It's a bold prediction. You know
Yeah,
what?
You usually have to pay double for that. Cotton.
listen, the seniors are not letting Jordan in his finals Vets Rooks game doing
Lose.
anything but blowing this team out. And by the way, DK
I like you said this team.
Yeah, I know. That was a
There's
pregnant
little
pause
pause
right there.
and I had the hell of respect for Zin and DK and Stats and Ernie. Those guys can ball, but here's the reality. This is an angry senior team. We didn't just get to the we didn't just win our semifinal game to lose in the finals. Well, we definitely we definitely used some senior privilege there. But here's the reality. It's gonna be a great game this week, no matter what happens. Vets World Championship, always a fun thing. As long as it doesn't end in a tie, we'll be okay.
You never know with the s'mores.
All right, let's.
If it ends in a tie, do we all go to Doma?
Oh
For Rabin's sake, I hope not.
no, I think the s'mores have to pay for the seniors if it ends in a tie.
In both.
All right, let's move into our next topic, and that is a time of the year we all enjoy, and that is our end of the year Jubal Awards predictions. And here's the thing: we're not going to go through every category. There's going to be about 30 on the site. Thank you, Yaron. Thank you, Stevo. Anyone else is involved? Thank you. We're going to go through the 6 categories we think are kind of the sexier picks here. And we'll start off with what we believe is this year's Rookie of the Year. Davo, we'll start with you on this one.
Okay, so I'm gonna break it down. I had my top 3 candidates. I think probably most people will have these 3 players. Obviously, I was looking at a 10-game minimum, so you had to play at least 10 games to be eligible for awards. I think that's the rule. But
Yeah, I agree. SSR.
So I had Logic, Tommy, and Beezy. At the end of the day, I crunched the stats. One of the biggest stats that came out to me was this person had a 70.83, 708, if you want to call it, win percentage, which I think is huge.
Underrated stat right there, win percentage.
It was almost 20 points higher than the next closest rookie. He led the rookies in sacks. You know, he was just behind in interceptions, just behind in total touchdowns. I give it to BZ.
Ooh,
Very nice.
like that. Logan.
For me, this was a 2 hung like a horse race, and this was really between Logic and Kagan. And even though Kagan stepped up his game and our game by delivering all the delicious goodies,
Is Kagan not the greatest Jubal entry story ever? Like, guy is just working the Chub Rokas event and happens to say, "Oh, I like flag football. Can I join?"
yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I don't even know whose tree he belongs on because of that.
I think he's everybody's tree.
Yeah, I guess so. That's fair. Had he played in the beginning, like he had a late start to the season, if you will. So he had fewer games. He only got an 11, where Logic got an 16. Logic ended up just having better stats. I like Charmin better than Logic, but I'm good with either way. So to me, the Roy goes to Captain Toilet Paper. Yeah.
I'm good with that one. So for me, I think I'm going to break it down. I did not see a lot of Jubal this season, in fairness.
Same.
So I don't want anyone to, to judge me based on my own eyes. But I did look at some stats, and I did look at what I did see. And there was one player that really stuck out to me, and that was Logic.
Mm.
And you know, just to see the guy on the field, I was very impressed with the way he played. So for me, the rookie of the year has got to be Logic. I just think that in terms of what he brings in the chat and what he brings in terms of like he's played in a lot of games, he's been very involved in shoe ball. He brings it all to the table. It's got to be
Yeah.
Logic for me.
He also so 16 games played. He's got stats on all sides of the ball, right? Receiving touchdowns, sacks, interceptions. He does it all. Yeah, I'm with you.
But again, Beasley's a good pick also. All right, let's go to the next category, and that is the comeback player of the year. Logan, we'll start with you.
Yeah, this was actually one of my favorite awards, not just because I like coming on someone's back, but also because I think that this is a chance for us to highlight someone that we missed in quotes the previous season, right? Think about it, whether they weren't here because of injury, whether they weren't here because they had to step away from Jubal, whatever it is.
Sure.
This is a player that, again, we missed last season. So for me, I've got an honorable mention to Fight. He obviously was limited number of games, not necessarily injury. I think it was more work related, although he kind of had a couple of injuries along the way, and honestly, he didn't really play that much quarterback. But for me, this year's comeback player of the year is got to be Gronk. Someone we missed, someone we're thrilled to see back on the field, someone who's finally kind of getting back to that super athletic, whether it's a quarterback, whether it's middle linebacker, tight end, just getting more and more comfortable, putting time between the injury and where we are now. For me, it's Gronk.
Well, I think, Logan, this is going to be a double team for us, maybe a little Eiffel Tower action, because I have Gronk, and if you want to throw an honorable mention out, Prime, welcome back. We missed you. I think he played like 36 games, so he went from playing like nothing. He's trying to catch up for last season. Doesn't work that way, though. But you're talking about Gronk, a guy who went down in the playoffs. He just wanted to give Daxie a chance, the quarterback. Came back, made a huge impact in most games that he played. He beat the Reapers, only quarterback to beat the Reapers. Won the Vets Rook playoff game, and I think he just makes a huge difference. And great to have him back. And Gronk, my comeback player of the year.
Yeah, I think we're 3 balls in on this one. It makes sense, right? Just in terms of the injury last year, working his way back, really hurt what could have been a really great Cronies team last year, but came back this season, has done wonders for his team. He's played really well. We're 3 balls in here. Gronk is my comeback player of the year as well. All right, let's shift now. The most improved player of the year. That is somebody, just to describe the award, this is somebody who had some stats last year, maybe just got himself going, but now he's playing at a level that we have not seen before, or he's just playing at a rate that we haven't seen in past seasons either. So it could be in the previous year, could be in past seasons. You go back, someone who's really stepped up their game. David, why don't you start off with this one?
I'm going to give you some stats about stats.
Love stats.
Stats in his previous season had 5 touchdowns, 1 interception, played 7 games. Okay, good stats. Obviously a low amount of games, but his stats.
You're talking about the player stats.
Correct.
A guy who's known being a pretty darn good corner.
Stats this season, 26 games, so a huge improvement, almost 20 more games.
Sure.
22 touchdowns compared to 5 touchdowns, 5 interceptions compared to 1 interception, and a couple sacks, which he didn't have any. That being said, my most improved goes to the one and only Wizard.
Ooh.
Let's just take a quick look at Steve-O's stats. He's up in games, up in TDs. He has the same amount of sacks. But we talked about Steve-O Island, and last season he had 1 interception. This season he had 10, coming in at almost a half a touchdown a game. He raised his winning percentage. He raised his touchdown percentage, half an interception a game from 0.07 per game. He had the same amount of sacks last year. Played phenomenal. Was the captain of the #1 seed. Everything he does on the chat, I think his stuff only gets better and better and better. We've seen the things he's dropping. So not only am I going to give him most improved on the field, also a little bit in the chat helps a little boost him up. That's my most improved player.
That's a good one. It's a darn good one.
one.
Logue.
By the way, David, just one little correction there. He never dropped anything. It's always Jordan who dropped it, but we always know where it comes from.
Right.
And
Right,
we
right,
know
right,
exactly
right,
where it came from.
Right.
That's a great one. I've got a slightly different take here, but also a fellow vet it would be my pick. This guy, so I'm gonna give it to Kut. Kut played 30 games this year, and last year he played 20. His sack total went up from 42 to 43. But if everyone remembers last year, we had that butt fumble garbage.
Oh,
so
right.
his stats
That's why
last year
inflated.
were quite literally tainted. So for me, that's a huge jump. Probably his sacks last year were probably closer to the 30s. To lead the league this year in sacks at 43. He had no Jew balls last year. He got a Jew ball this year. He went from 7 touchdowns to 12. Kut is my most improved player of the year.
Yeah, Davo stole my thunder there a little bit. Stats, to me, is the comeback player of the year. I'm the most improved player of the year. It's got to be stats. I mean, those numbers for a guy who's kind of an afterthought on a team on offense. When he was on Roll Tide, I don't really think he got many opportunities to catch the ball in Roll Tide. And last year when he played with Yaron, I don't really think he got many opportunities to get the ball either. Now, and this season, I know the last couple of games he's dropped a few, but the fact that he has 22 touchdowns in a Jew Bowl season,
big number
for a guy who's not known for that, to me, most improved is just an obvious to stats. But Steve-O can go no wrong. Kuti, I think Kuti gets a lot of love. I think other people could have used the love there, but I like your picks. All right, now let's move into our offensive player of the year. Who is our number one offensive weapon in Jew Bowl? Logan?
So you obviously had a what? Yeah, so this is a tough category, right? Because you have quarterbacks and then you've got wide receivers, and it's really, really hard to kind of compare. You've got some phenomenal statistics that happened this past season. Prey, who played 72 games this year, put up 115 touchdowns. And by the way, that's just rushing and throwing. 115 touchdowns. He averaged, and only 35 interceptions, by the way. So that's an average of 3.29 touchdowns for every pick. Jeez. It's unbelievable. It's close to 3 touchdowns a game.
Wow.
It's a little bit more than that, but still, like, the guy played phenomenal. But I'm gonna go in a different direction. We only had 2 players this year who averaged more than 1 touchdown per game. And to me, the person who wins this award impacted the offensive side drastically, more so than the quarterbacks. To me, this year's offensive player of the year with 28 touchdowns in 19 games for an average of 1.47 touchdowns a game is Ice.
Yeah, good pick. Davo.
Ice, baby. Logan, again, we're on the same train right now. You're talking about a guy who is maybe the most feared wide receiver in the game. You're talking about Zim is Justin Jefferson. Ice is like Troy Polamalu as a receiver. He's just all over the field.
I would say Ice is like Saquon.
Because he's got big legs. No, he'll go through you. He'll go under you. He'll go over you. He's coming down with that ball. He had a fantastic season. You also left out that he also had a rushing touchdown and he threw for a touchdown. Gave him a total of 30 touchdowns for the season, or 29 plus a throwing. He played fantastic, and he's my offensive player of the year.
Nice. For me, the offensive player of the year, I mean, this is always tough, but we're 3 balls in. That's what we're the name of the show. That's what we are here. Ice is most deserving of this award. He's the offensive player of the year. He's just done so much on the field. There's no stopping him, honestly. I like to see the guy who tries to stop him and what he looks like after. So, Ice is the offensive player of the year. Shift now to defensive side of the ball. Defensive Player of the Year, a coveted job, a coveted position. This is somebody who could either be a sack leader or have the sack stats, or this could be someone who picks the ball off, or it could be a no stat guy who just makes big plays and everybody knows he's a great flag grabber. He's, again, use stats, don't use stats. Defensive Player of the Year. Let's go Logan this time.
Sure. So I think we've had the long-standing debate, picks versus sacks. What's more important? We all know that I've been a huge proponent of picks are better than sacks. When I look at the corners, the safeties, if you will, no one in terms of the top interception grabbers this year ran away from the pack. The top 4 guys all essentially averaged a half an interception a game.
Interesting.
Praise in Ice and Stevo. So in that situation, because of that, what?
And Davo.
And Davo, that's fine. But because of that, because no one there really separated themselves and no one really, kind of was decided to take the lead there. I'm going to go with a sack leader this year for my Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
There are 2 players who are at the top of the leaderboard in terms of averages. Technically 3. Sorry, we'll go with 3. You've got Open and Legs, who essentially had 24, 25 sacks. Legs had 1 more game, so he's at 1.6 per game. Open did 25 sacks in 14 games, so he's at 1.8 per game. And then Kuti is the other one, as you said. He had 43 sacks in 30 games at 1.43 per game.
So he's the lowest F per rate.
Lower per game, although he doubled the other 2 in games. Right. And the fact that he was able to consistently put up relatively similar stats, 1.5 versus 1.6, 1.8, the fact that he was able to do it over twice as many games and still consistently put up the stats, to me, this year's Defensive Player of the Year goes to Kut.
So you have Kut now as the most improved and Defensive Player of the Year.
I picked him for Defensive Player of the Year before I picked him for most improved. So yeah, it kind of went hand in hand. I have him for both.
I think you're gonna get yourself a meat platter after this show. All right, Davo.
I think we have a little Freaky Friday here, because while I do agree with you that sacks are the better stat and it should be more pronounced in the Defensive Player of the Year category.
I'm just shocked you're more obsessed with sacks than you are.
I'm all about the picks.
Right.
Now listen, picks and sacks go hand in hand. But as I'm saying, my Defensive Player of the Year is actually the leader of interceptions this year, and I'm going to go with Prey, and I'm going to give my reason why.
I hope so.
Logan, as you said, no one ran away with the interception lead, right? You said the half a game. Prager last year had more interceptions, I think, in 22 and 26 games, 22 and 24 games, and this year he had 18 and 37. So not only is his number of interceptions down, but his games are up, which means his average is down. But this is another stat I'm going to give you. Prey last year in 24 games threw 26 interceptions, so a little bit more than an interception a game. This season, he threw 35 and 37, so less than an interception a game. And now let's look at LeBron. Yabron, right? Yabron threw 46 and 25 games last year, and he threw 50 and 36 games this year. Okay, so while there was no running away with the interception title, there were less interceptions thrown this year, which is actually a little surprising, because you think that Yaron was playing in more games, he would have thrown a ton more interceptions. But in 11 games more, he only threw 4 more interceptions than last season. I think Prey controls the defense. I think he controls all the pieces on the field. While, like I said, there might not be as many interceptions, he did return 6 of those for pick sixes. So he's making defense into offense. And to me, he's my Defensive Player of the Year.
All right. I won't give you guys a long-winded answer here. I think it's pretty clear to me. It's someone who I don't think has won the award yet, and he's a vet. It's got to be Legs. To me, Legs is just having a phenomenal year, and it's about time he got the Defensive Player of the Year award. I think this is an award Open's going to win for many years to come. I don't think this is the year for him. I'm going legs. Like you mentioned before, his sack rate is unbelievable. Legs is a monster on the field. He is, if he's not, listen, we are talking about the top defensive lineman. You're talking about open, DK, solo, legs. Any four of those guys can put on the field, but legs has the stats, and legs has the experience, and legs is, I think, the most deserving of the award this year. That's my DPOY awardee. All right, I'll shift now to the MVP award. This is someone who exceeds all expectations on the field. This is a player who is maybe the best on both sides of the field, or just incredible on one side and solid on the other. But this is somebody who is on the field, off the field, just someone who exemplifies what a Jew bowler should be. And Dava, we'll start with you. Who is your MVP of this season?
Okay, so I had three top candidates, and it was really rough between them. I had Zin, Ice, and Mighty. Obviously, Ice I had for Offensive Player of the Year, responsible for 29 total touchdowns. Him and Zin had an equal interception rate. Zin to me had a fantastic season, but not a good enough season for Zin baseline.
Okay.
I think this was his worst season. He was injured. He had to play more quarterback, etc. When I came down and I looked at it, there was one real stat that jumped out to me. Obviously, touchdowns interception is great, but Mighty has an 81.25 win percentage.
God damn it! You took my stat line.
I don't know if you've seen the trend. The trend is he's been paying attention to win percentage. He's doing a great job at it. Keep going.
We're talking about Mighty is 12-2-2. His team has never lost when he played in leagues.
Reapers.
Correct. You're talking about a guy who left being up 4-1 in the Vets Rooks playoff game, came back when it was 4-3, came in just in time to make the goal line stop to push it. You're talking about a guy who, whenever he leaves the field, his team is much worse than when he's there. Talking about a guy who riles his team up. He fights for his team. He argues for his team. He does everything that the team needs. He plays for the W's. And to me, it's the year of the rat, baby. Mighty, you deserve the MVP. You have my vote.
Logue.
Yeah, I'll keep it short and sweet. This is his first year that he had double-digit wins in any season he's ever played via the website stats. Unbelievable. Yeah, 12-2-2. Yeah, that says it all. The only stat that matters is the stat that he excels in. So to me, yeah, Mighty's the MVP this year.
Ironically enough, I think he would say he's not the MVP. He doesn't have the statistics, but this is what Mighty doesn't realize. This is first of all, it's a vote by your peers. That's number one.
That's not true. Jordan gives it out.
Well, true, but Jordan does listen to he does look at he looks at it. He looks at what the numbers are. But I think it's more than that. To me, I think the MVP is Mighty. It's not just what you do on the field, it's what you do off the field. And I honestly think this is, Mighty has grown a lot over the years in terms of dedication to Jew ball, chat. Oh no, well, he's gonna be
still Mighty Mouse.
Yeah, he's still Mighty Mouse. He's still, but I just mean that he has I think he exemplifies what a great Jew bowler is. And, just your attitude on the field and just your attitude in general on the chat. And you see him smiling a lot more, which is, good to see. And you see someone who's dedicated to Jew ball. And to me, that is what exemplifies an MVP. So we're 3 balls in again. I love it when we agree, which is awesome. All right. Obviously pay attention to Yorona Siva when they drop the actual voting. Yeah, when they drop the polls, that'd be great for you to vote, get a chance to vote. They usually give about a week to vote, so make sure you do that. Pay attention to the rules, and then TBI hopefully will have an opportunity to share the results of the vote. Also, breaking news, although it's already been released on the chat, but just a reminder: this year's Purim Extravaganza is being hosted by righty over here, Davo. Davo's hosting, which should be, Davo, I'll let you talk about it. It should be an extravaganza of an event, one that we have not seen on Purim ever. Please tell us more.
Thank you. Guys, we're going to try to do a fantastic Purim. I know it's a little rough this year. It's on Friday. We're going to have an amazing Balakore for the Megillah. it's not just for you as a Jew bowler, but it's also for your family. Bring your wife, bring your kids. We're gonna hopefully have some kind of entertainment. We're gonna have a ton of food, a ton of drinks. We're gonna have a ton of Jew ballers. So I know Jordan's not really doing anything, so this is kind of a time to mesh everything up.
I would say Jordan's almost passing the torch on Purim to you.
Who's the Balkorik?
He's amazing. You'll have to come and find out.
Right.
Is it you?
It's not me. No,
Okay.
no. I can barely speak English.
It's definitely
How
not
do I
me.
read Hebrew.
Okay. Listen, anytime people step up, like Big E stepped up when he hosted Hanukkah, you're stepping up here. Listen, anytime, like Jordan says it perfectly, anytime Jew bowlers are together, no matter what it is, it's always great. You know, food is a plus, entertainment's a plus, but when we're all together, you know, that says it all. So thank you for taking on the responsibility, the hosting, all the stuff that goes with it. It's definitely something I'm going to stop by and hang out for. You know, obviously it is a shorter day, it's a Friday, but you know, we got to represent, right? All right, Davo, what should they do?
Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe. There is no sign up this week, so Zada, you're a bastard. You can't just drop it in the middle of nothing now. Guys, Vets Championships, please come out. We have playoffs coming up, championships coming off. It's been a fantastic, wonderful Jew Ball season in the books. One that we'll never forget. Thank you, Jordan, again for just being you and doing a fantastic job that you do. We look forward to hopefully your successor doing just as good of a job, and we'll be very happy with that. Guys, what are we?
We are 3 balls in.
And now we're 3 balls out.
Have a great week, everybody.
Vote Mighty for MVP. Stats for Rats.